You're still developing, but look, it's been wonderful to be part of your life over a long period of time. Why am I not up here? No,
Come on, Alec.
Come on.
I'm going to be brief. Brief? Have you ever seen a politician?
Please come
No,
up.
I tried to push him to go, but he just won't go.
Come on, Alec.
You're talking shit, Alan.
O'Connell, you're out of here after one more drink.
Every year I meet around 4,987 people, and tonight a fellow said, remember me? I met you at the North Otago Club in 1976. He said, and I said, no, I can't remember. He said, oh, I'm disappointed about that. Good to see you here, Kevin. But I thought about it, and I now remember that Pete rang me and said, look, can you pop down to the North Otago Club? I've got this boring bastard down there and I want you to put a bit of life into the function. So it was great to meet up with you again. In all seriousness, Pete, hey, we've been through some very interesting times over a long period of time, from college to club to business. We won't talk about women, to JR, Christmas and all of those things. And I just want to finish with a quote from The Cat in the Hat, which says, I cannot see, I cannot pee, I cannot chew, I cannot screw. The golden years have come at last. The golden years can kiss my ass.
Lovely.
True politician.
I'd like to say a couple of words.
Hey, one of my oldest friends, Johnny Bishop.
Hey, you're next in line.
I just might move my head. I'm going to the trophy room.
There is no trophy
I
room.
don't have that politician value.
You're the trophy.
But I remember 30 years ago, Peter was going to be 40. So his late friend and my late friend, Stan Francis, decided we would arrange this thing. So we had all these guests come to Peter's house in Hull Street, which he didn't know about. They were all in there. So we got Pete up the stands and we had a few drinks, went to the Brighton Hotel. Then for some reason or other we got Pete to go home. So he rings his doorbell and there's about 50 people inside his house, just like this, all standing there, the whole lot standing there. And this is Peter's surprise 40th birthday. And I've still got photos there of Peter when he was a young bloke. And it was such a wonderful thing. So here I am, 30 years later. We've been mates for about years, but haven't seen much of each other for a few years. But I'm so privileged to be here.
John, lovely to have you here. Very old and true friend.
Right, Peter, your team.
Well, just before anybody else jumps in, some of us here are younger than Peter, and we've got better memories from some of the things that he's got up to. So I just thought that I would fill you in on the very first time that I met Peter, and it was down in a local bar down the road, and I was standing at the bar there, and Peter came up to me and said, "How you going? Do you want a drink?" "Yeah, okay." So he bought me a wine, and I told him, I said, Bevan Stone's my name, and he said, "My name's Pierre Dubois." And I can't put on the accent, but Pete did have the accent. He had everything going. Everything was working. And so, we had a couple of drinks, and then Pete sort of turned around, and there was two young women who were on the other side of the bar, and Peter started talking to them in this fantastic French accent. And he was telling them how, his name was Pierre Dubois, and he'd been to France, and he'd been everywhere, and, he's a fighter pilot in the war and everything else. And the conversation went on for a very, very long time. And these two young women, who were actually very attractive, but he had them in his palm of his hand, really, honestly.
We don't shag shrubs.
completely captivated. So everything was going swimmingly until one of these women spoke to Peter in French. And then the other woman, who was also French, said in broken English that they didn't recognise the address that Peter had given in France. So
Enough. Bell. Ding, 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 ding. Time.
and that's about where the story ends.
Sounds like not.
But Peter had, no, that was the ending. But Peter's always been a great card, and so I think I'll propose a toast to Peter, because everyone here will have their own stories or their own memories of Peter, and he's a fantastic guy.
Hey, hang on. Is this the bloody eulogy of a birthday? What the hell?
We're not dead yet, Peter. But anyway, it's Peter, right?
Okay, I'll drink it. I'll drink it.
Here's the best to be the last.